कुंज बिहारी। जय बोले।
माधव जय कुंज बिहारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन।
यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन।
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन।
यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन।
जमुना तीरावनचारी।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद।
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव।
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव।
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
जय जय श्री राधा माधव भगवान की जय। जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जय। गौर निताई की जय। जय षटको स्वामी की जय। जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। अद्वैत पावन श्रीपाद महाराज की जय।
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
जय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं च एव नरोत्तमं
नरं च एव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरये।
ततो जयामुदीरये।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी.
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी.
Today we are going to study Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 7 Chapter 2 Text 38. The name of this canto is the Science of God. Aho vayam dhanyata Aho vayam dhanyatama yadatra
अहो वयं धन्यतमा यदत्र
त्यक्तः पितृभ्यां न विचिन्तयामः
त्यक्त्यः पितृभ्यां न विचिन्तयामः
अभक्ष्यमाणा अबलावृकादिभिः
अभक्ष्यमाना बलावृकादिभिः
संरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे.
सरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे.
Word to word translation. Aho, alas, vayam we, dhanyatamaha, most fortunate. Yet because atra, at the present moment, taktaha, left alone, without protection, pitribhyam, by both father and mother, na, not, vichintyamaha, worry, abhyaksha manaha, not being eaten, abalaha, very weak, vrika adibihi, by tigers and other ferocious animals, saha, he, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rakshita, will protect. Rakshati has protected. Yahu, he indeed, Garbhe, within the womb. Translation and purport by Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Ho. It is wonderful that these elderly women do not have a higher sense of life than we do. Indeed, we are most fortunate, for although we are children and have been left to struggle in material life, unprotected by father and mother, and although we are very weak, we have not been vanquished or eaten by ferocious animals. Thus, we have a firm belief that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has given us protection even in the womb of the mother, will protect us everywhere. Purport. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 1861, Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hrideshe arjuna tishtati. The Lord is present in the core of everyone's heart. Thus the Lord gives protection to everyone and gives the different types of bodies the living entity wants to enjoy. Everything is done by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, one should not lament the birth and death of a living being, which have been arranged by the Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattah smritirjnanam apohanam cha. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. One must act according to the direction of the Lord within the heart, because the conditioned soul wants to act independently, the Lord gives him the facility to act and experience the reactions. The Lord says, Sarva dharman prityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Give up all other duties and simply surrender unto me. One who does not abide by the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is given the facility to enjoy this material world. Instead of restricting him, the Lord gives a conditioned soul the opportunity to enjoy, so that by mature experience, after many, many births, Bahunam Janamanam Ante, he will understand that surrender to the lotus feet of Vasudev is the only duty of all living beings. Very beautiful purport this one is. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjansalakya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिस्वरूपदामोदर स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमः सद्भक्तमनयः मणिपुरोद्भवाय च प्रभुपादलसद्वाणी प्रचारनिरताय ते। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. I will offer my most humble obeisances to all Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, especially senior devotees, and all Prabhujis, Matajis here in this audience, and will request them to bless me. Aho vayam dhanyatama yadatra त्यक्तः पितृभ्याम न विचिन्त्य यामः अभ्यक्षमाणा बलावृकादिभिः सरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे. So here the protection aspect, that Lord is protecting, and Lord only is just a second. Lord is protecting and Lord only is annihilating all the living entities according to their eligibility. So Lord is the one who positions everyone, right? The entire lot of the conditioned living entities in the universe, in all the universal, Lord positions in this universe, in this planet, in this continent, in this country, in this state, this city, these coordinates. So this is positioning, sthan. The Lord is positioning, like how someone plays positions, right? These particles in the coordinates. Suppose if he is given an assignment, so the living entity is positioned like this in particular womb, right? The living entities, especially in the womb. So this positioning in the womb is done by Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? And after that, the protection portion, that also is extended by Krishna only, right? So the parents, they don't decide which one among these trillions and trillions of living entities is going to be our child, right? They don't decide. So if they cannot decide which one among all these living entities should be our child, how can they possibly think of extending any protection to the child? So this is the biggest mistake that we make. We feel that we can give protection, or we can get protection from others. The only protector is Krishna and Vaishnavas, protector of the soul, right? The body, how much can the body be protected? Ultimately, the timer will stop, the timer will be exhausted, and the body will have to be given up. So in that case, the body is definitely prone to deteriorations. That's the laws of this nature. But apart from these laws, there is this laws of karma. So in this material world, there are two laws: the laws of nature, which are like physics, chemistry, and all these things, which are applying, or which are being applied, which are applying on the material particles, anu. Whereas on the spiritual particle, spiriton, there are these laws of karma, right? In the universe, there are two kinds of particles: the material particle anu or Parmanu, and the spiritual particle, spiritons, Atma, Anu Atma. And then there is this third entity also, Vibhu, Vishnu. Vishnu, who is Paramatma. So all these together, they are driving the show, and Prakriti is also there. All the material particles actually belong to Prakriti. The spiritual particles belong to Krishna, who as Paramatma is guiding that Anu, Atma, how to enjoy in varieties of ways. Actually, before going there, you must have already seen a lot of example throughout you, all of you, I'm pretty sure. Have you ever seen a baby lizard? Have you ever seen a baby lizard being accompanied by its parents? In your washroom, you definitely must have seen sometime a baby lizard. Obviously, you must have seen the big lizard also. That kind of freaks me out. So, but this baby lizard, I have never seen a baby lizard in my entire life being accompanied by its parents. It's the moment it gets birth, that very moment he has to strive alone. But actually he's not alone. Paramatma in his heart, Paramatma in his heart is first of all telling him that you are a lizard. Sarvasacham hridi sannivishto matta smriti jnanam apmunamcha. The Paramatma is telling him you are the lizard, and this is the way you walk on the walls, and this is your food, this is the way you eat, this is the way you hurl out your tongue to capture your meat, right? All this basic information, they are fixated by Paramatma 24/7. Not a single moment goes without the help of Paramatma. So who is protecting that alone lizard? Paramatma is only protecting. We also are being protected by Bhagwan only. Our position was decided by Bhagwan, obviously according to our gun and karma and the very way we wanted to enjoy. And after that, protection is also extended by Paramatma. One form of protection is that mamta which is filled in the heart of mother. Actually, that mamta is also poured in her heart by Paramatma, because in her heart also Paramatma is there. Matta smriti jnanam apunam cha. Paramatma from her heart tells her that you must take care of this child, right? Ishwar sarv bhutanam hridideshe arjun tishtati. So this is also Poshan only. He is protecting us through the body of and mind of mother. So here is where Swabhavad gets defeated and Ishwarvad triumphs. There are two Vadas, Karmavad and Swabhavad. Karmavad people, they say that you do your karma and Ishwar will accordingly reward you or punish you, and that's it. They consider Ishwar or Krishna only as a transaction officer. Nothing more than that, nothing less than that. These are these karma mimansakas. They consider that though they believe in God, they believe in God definitely, They are better than these offensive Mayavadis and atheists. But for them, God is reduced to just being one transaction officer who just gives you what you deserve, and how you have disposed accordingly, he will reward or punish you. But this is a kind of a very contrived. Is contrived the right way? This is a very reduced picture of Krishna. For example, when this Tulsi was there and Achyut Prabhu was taking care of that restaurant, and we all used to, there were many students who would go. For those students, or for everyone, Achyut Prabhu is like a transaction officer. He will charge you accordingly, right? But whenever I went, Achyut Prabhu never charged me anything. So, which means Achyut Prabhu is not just a transaction officer. This Karma Mimamsakas people, they will say that Achyut Prabhu is a very strict transaction based mentality bearing person. You are a close person, doesn't matter whether you're close or you're just a student. But Achyut Prabhu is more than that. He has got bonding in his heart, special place for me in his heart. So Krishna has got special place for devotees in his heart, right? So Krishna, when it comes to devotees, there is no transaction at all. These are no laws of karma. It's just laws of Krishna. Krishna in some way gives him miseries, and he does not, the devotees may be committing some sinful act, but Krishna is not going to punish them. Though he may correct them, but punishment is definitely not there. And it is also seen that sometimes the devotees, though they may be very righteous, but Krishna still gives them misery. According to laws of karma, righteous people should be rewarded and unrighteous people should be punished. But it is very much seen through various pastimes of Krishna that sometimes he does the opposite, because it's not laws of karma anymore. So there is no transaction. It's just complete, pure, unmotivated care for his devotees. Krishna wants his devotees to not remain ordinary and excel and excel and excel in prema, and so that his own prayojan could be satisfied. That is karmavad. That is how we defeat karmavad. Second vad is this swabhavad. What is swabhavad? Swabhavad is like if you ask someone that why is your mother, right? It's a very fundamental question if I ask to anyone. Why do our mothers, why does the mother of almost every living entity, she loves her child? So the Swabhavadi people will say, well, it's her Swabhav, right? It's her Swabhav to love, to extend love. It's Swabhav, it's our Swabhav, right? Brahman will say, it's my Swabhav. Kshatriya will say, it's my Swabhav. Everyone will say, it's my nature. But it's not Swabhav actually. Ishwar Sarvabhutanam Hridideshe. It is Ishwar Bhav which has manifested as our temporary current so-called Swabhav, right? So let's take the example of our parents. Ishwar is filling their heart, is programming and tuning their bhav for their children. Swabhavad versus Ishwarvad. So therefore, this example I have given many times. Consider a very rich father and his son. The rich father is a very doting father, but the son, for no reason, develops a kind of an aversion, and he goes out. He says, "Father, I don't want to live with you. I want." So he goes out, and the father, he wants to forget his father, and but father, he cannot forget his child. So father appoints guardians. Father appoints one guardian, and he tells the guardian that the son of mine does not want to remember me, does not want to miss me, but he wants to act liberally. So, but I cannot forget. So I appoint you. I will give you salary every month. You go and take care of this child, pretty much like a mother. Not for a single moment this child should miss me, and I want him to enjoy like this. You go out. So in this way, that guardian is appointed by the father, and the child and guardian, they are just happy with each other. The child starts thinking that she is my real mother, and mother also starts thinking that he's my like my son. So they develop some kind of an very strong bond. And when the real father comes, they both deny recognizing him. Who are you? In this way, Krishna only is filling the heart of our parents, right, with this mamta. Their mamta is not their swabhav. It has been fueled and tuned by Paramatma in their heart so that they can extend their caring gesture on us. So it is not demeaning their mamta, because first of all, it is not their mamta in the first place. Actually, if you see carefully, it is like very properly placing their mamta. It's like giving it a holistic view. So in this way, whenever someone sees her mother's love, he must immediately be reminded of Paramatma working in the background. So in this way, we can always remember Krishna. But we should not take it as an excuse that okay, I just keep remembering Krishna like this, and it's a very good life. I can just keep remembering. Krishna wants us to excel. He wants us to exclusively remember his Krishna form, which is the source of Paramatma form, wherein he has got his own sentiments, like that father who had lost his son and given it to guardian. So he's also having sentiments and emotions. He wants us back, which in sense it means that he wants all of our hearts to be filled with such a tremendous and exclusive, unmotivated love for him, so that he can personally go and enter in our hearts and relish all of it. Right. So therefore, Bhaunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadate. So therefore, in this way, this protection, the very basic protection which a mother is extending to her son or her child is essentially Paramatma only working, Paramatma only protecting his child through this mother. And also one more thing, that when these guardians, they change, because every life we get a new guardian. In the next life, if I am a lizard, I will be getting lizard guardians, who actually they won't be guarding us. First of all, the very moment I take birth as a lizard, I am left alone. अपनी जिंदगी खुद ही जीनी होगी. And then so in every life we get guardians, we get birds. Birds guardian, they take so much care, right? They build nest and they bring food from every corner. And we may be getting human guardians, so we will be getting new guardians. Life after life we are getting guardian, every guardian. And life after life, their hearts have been accordingly fueled with this protective gesture by Paramatma in their heart only. And when when we change the body, then matta smriti gyanam apohanam cha apohanam. Then Krishna, Paramatma, he breaks this mamta in our current mother, right? It's gone immediately. It's gone. And when a next mother is given in my next life, then Paramatma ignites the mamta in her heart, and then he douses the mamta. He ignites, dousing, igniting, dousing, igniting. So this is the meaning of matta smriti ganam apohanam cha and Ishwar sarvabhutanam hriday deshe arjun tishtati. Sarvabhutanam means all the living entities, right? Including our mothers. And so there was one devotee who was telling that our mother's love is pretty much Krishna's love only. And so, which means he was actually subscribing that uh, parents are our mother, God. Many people say, right, that parents are parents are God. Well, parents are not God, because Jiva cannot become God. And even if you consider them God, how long they will remain godly for you? Only for this life. In the next life, if I am born as a dog, let's say, or as a hog, then my same mother, she will be kicking me out. Get out, right? So we should always see that Krishna is our real parent, real father, real mother. Krishna is doing all this job, right? We are just so much involved with our family that we don't see Krishna, who is like in the background, and who has got his own expectations from us. So in this way, the Swabhavad is also defeated. ईश्वरवाद ओनली, ईश्वर ही हैं जो सबके अंदर ये भाव जो है उत्पन्न करते रहते हैं, और उसको उत्पन्न भी करते हैं और उसका निरूपण भी करते हैं. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Was it audible?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Hare
Very
Krishna,
nice
Maharaj.
class. Any devotees would like to ask any questions? Please raise your hand. And I do not know if you are able to unmute yourself. Raise your hand.
I think I can security. Yeah, they can unmute themselves.
Okay, Achyut Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Achyut, yeah.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Shall I
Yes.
ask?
Go ahead, go ahead.
So, when we are in particular, especially in human body, then this definitely the parents, we have this, the feeling between the parents and the children is there. So when the person, this feeling is definitely, it is through the subtle body, maybe it is in the consciousness. So when person is leaving the physical body, the person is dying. He has to leave the physical body. So still that is there because that impression is there in the subtle body, or it is over with the gross body. Or unless we get, or the living entity get another body that remains in the consciousness or in the mind. How it is.
Now, when the living entity gets a new body, then from the consciousness only, Krishna programs. Actually, there are two kinds of consciousness, Isa and Hasa. So in this chit only, Krishna programs it. And our affection is placed accordingly. This is based on our Krishna as Paramatma.
No, my question, that impression remains even the gross body is left, that unless we get, or living entity gets another gross body. Because it can happen, no, that it may be the living entity may not get another gross body immediately. It has to stay in Prayat Yoni or subtle body for some time.
I don't know how to answer. I don't know the answer, but maybe the impression remain, but the objects of those impressions, they change. After all, the living entity wants to enjoy all the rasa which Krishna is only entitled for, because Krishna is a supreme enjoyer. He wants to. Krishna is real Raswan, and he is the object of, let's say, Vatsal rasa. But when living entity wants to enjoy that Vatsal rasa and not let Krishna be the beneficiary, so in this material world, Krishna makes this arrangement where he says, okay, you guys enjoy Vatsal rasa with one another, life after life, and so that impression is there in the form of that enjoying this rasa, but the objects are changing, which means mothers are changing, children are changing, right? And that change and that the coupling of a particular living entity with this newly found or newly assigned child, that is programmed by Paramatma in the background.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, anyone else? So, Prabhuji, Srikant Prabhuji,
Maharaji.
mother's love is Krishna's love only, no? Something you are telling, friend.
Yeah, Krishna's assignment of that's why Srila Prabhupada ji is writing that Krishna gives his enjoyment facilities. Krishna as Paramatma. But Krishna comes as Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaji then tells the living entities that the sole object of all your love should be Krishna. Eternally, ontologically, it is like that, and he is the one who you should be offering all your love, vatsalya, madhurya, all these.
I'm remembering one example given by Srila Prabhupada in regard to some impersonalists. They eat non-vegetarian, saying that this is Brahman, entering into the Brahman. Here was this example, right? This is a fallacy in that Prabhupada used to say, why not there's a chicken Brahman into human Brahman. Prabhupada said, why not human Brahman into tiger Brahman? Similarly, so yeah, we have to understand proper perspective. So if we love Krishna, then it is same as loving mother, then in the same way, right? But that they won't accept. Understand what I'm saying?
Last part I could not. Could you please
You said
kindly?
your friend kind of suggesting loving mother is same as loving Krishna.
Yeah.
So then loving Krishna is also same as loving mother. Is that part true or not? Like the chicken Brahman into human Brahman and human Brahman to tiger Brahman. So vice versa. Means there is little difference in understanding. There is oneness and difference. Difference part is what is to be understood properly. That mother, father, they are manifestations of Krishna, but they are not Krishna. Like Krishna says, among the bodies of water, I am ocean. So one ocean is manifestation of Krishna, but ocean is not Krishna. So Krishna always remains separate. I mean, nothing can equal to Krishna. Nobody or nothing can equal to Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Thank you, Maharaji. That's why it is said that if we develop only as much love as we have for our own material brothers, for our God brothers, or for our Guru Maharaji, as much love we have for our parents, we develop even this much affinity towards our spiritual family, then Krishna considers it as a very great achievement.
Very good point, Prabhuji. Very nice point. We fail in this regard time to time. But it is a good yardstick for because we have experience of both. So very good, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you,
Anyone
Maharaji.
else? So looks like there are no more questions, Prabhuji.
Okay, Maharaji. So we'll wind up.
Yes.
Shall we conclude?
Yes, Prabhuji.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जय जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, पतित पावन श्रीमान महाराज की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. जय जय.
Grace Srikant Prabhuji ki jai.
Please bless me. Bless me.
Please end the meeting.